So starting on the chicken coop, just to document this progress. These are 2x4 by 8s, and these pieces are just cut in 4 feet each. So 3 2x4 by 8s is what I have here. And this is an important part, that is how I'm putting them together, is I'm putting the 4-piece on the outside, the 8-piece. I'm not a carpenter, I'm not a builder, nothing like that. I work at a computer all day. I'm just documenting this so if it works out, then other people can see this and see how easy it is for somebody who doesn't know any of the skills. Anyway, this is the start. I did want to point out that I am kind of pre-drilling the holes. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have 2-inch nails for a 2x4, and they'll be obviously long enough to pierce the other wood, but I kind of wanted to put a little bit more cushion in there, make sure we got some solid connections. So I did pre-drill a little bit, and I'll be doing that on all 4 corners. That's the only corner I've done so far, so we'll see. Here's an update where we are. So I have 2x2s, and this one is 46 inches, these two 46 inches, these two 48 inches, just to get a kind of a grade going on. But they are 2 feet apart from end of the 2x4 to the other end of the 2x4, 2 feet apart. And just to be clear, this is a coop for 5 hens. That's what's going on here. That's the result. So there should be plenty of space for them to perch inside the coop. This is an update where we are right now. So these 2x2s I have for the base of the inside of the chicken coop, and this side 21 inches, 21 inches. This side, ooh, good question. What did I do? Maybe 42. I'm pretty confident it's 42, but obviously you need to measure the base to base to figure out what this is going to be so that it can all be square. And so, and in the previous video about a minute ago, you would have seen where this specific one was kind of way out, and it's because, you know, you're getting lumber at Lowe's or Home Depot. Not all of them are going to be straight. You try to get the straight ones, but not all of them. And so that was the case there. So of course, when I measured to be perfectly square, that one naturally found a place because of that. So this is where we are right now. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get this day, but anyway. I did forget to mention that this base is 2 feet down from this top at the front. Remember, this one is 46 inches high. So I just took 24 inches down, and that's where I planted that. And the reason is because the siding plywood I got, which is thin 1/4-inch plywood, just to get a base on there so that this can be lightweight and easy to move, is a panel of 24 inches tall. This section is higher. Remember, this is 40, how high is this? In this section, because it's 2 inches taller here, I just took an extra 2 inches. So instead of being 24 inches down from the top of that side, it is 26 inches down from the top of this side, so I can get that grade, but also this obviously be leveled. And then everything else is just naturally same height and everything. So that's where we are. Now, this isn't the roof or anything. I just wanted to show you how I was accounting for the base here. So because I chose to go this route where this post runs into this post, or this frame, I guess, runs into this post, that you obviously have to cut the plywood that's going to go down in a way that it's going to pop in there, slide in here easily. So this isn't, because this isn't exactly 4 feet, you do have overhang. So all I did was under here, you can see here that, you can see here that I marked here where this cut's going to be. It's off right now just because it moved, and there is still the grade of this post being higher than this post. So I did the same thing here all the way under. So now I'm going to cut the pieces. So this is the plywood with the notches cut out. Fits right in there. It's a little warped, so I did make sure it had a little room, so when I actually go to screw it down here, I'm not going to have any clearance issues. So it wasn't perfect the first time. This section I had to cut a little bit extra, but using a skill saw is what I did for this part, and worked out just fine. All right, so this is the next update, and we got a little panel I've cut, and obviously you can tell I used a skill saw for these panel cuts, which are complete trash. So obviously you have you know, a different kind of saw that can be done a lot better. This is the door, split wood. Should have used wood glue. Huge error here, and I'm probably going to take this off and start again. But because I used the skill saw, this door is not even, so that's why I did this extra little lip up here. This door, because of this wood I'm using, is trash, complete trash. So I don't know if it's going to be enough to get by with, but that's what we're looking at right there. And so these are just 2x2s. This is a 4x2 panel, and that's a 2x2 that I cut. I was pretty good with that cut. I learned from that mistake over there, so this cut was a lot better. So I'm going to figure out how to do the hinges, because this is going to be a door, and then obviously on the back here I'm going to put the roosting net. So that's the next big part. One of my chickens flew out of the brooder this morning, so it is time to get this done. All right, I want to give a little update. This here at the top is going to be shingles. I wanted tin or, you know, corrugated plastic, but the wife said no, shingles. And this is pretty thin to be holding shingles, but we're gonna go with it. I know that this isn't gonna last forever, and honestly this is just to get us started. So this is the grade I told you about, right? This I screwed in so I can I'm gonna put in shingles, and I'm gonna put the aluminum whatever it's called here. You'll see in just a moment, I guess. So I'll be doing that. The only other thing I've done, I think, so far since I last updated was I added this piece for trim. So I'm gonna be gluing all of those, and I took those split ends off and I put wood glue on, clean that up a little bit for aesthetic purposes mostly. You recall how bad and ugly that looked. So I did put some I guess polyurethane on here, just to, I think I'm gonna have to put another coat on. Yeah, so that's where we stand right now, coming together. So anyway, this is not attached or anything. I've still got work to do. So I'm gonna put this 1x2's siding, clean it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna allow some ventilation here, but also the aluminum is gonna go right here too, so it's not gonna be completely visible or anything. I also bought a little vent that's gonna go on this side for air purposes. Okay. So I've got the roof shingles nailed in, and I've got this back board here. This is where the nesting boxes are going to eventually go in a couple, probably 3 months, when the chicks are old enough. I'll after we paint and prime this, I'm gonna obviously in 2 to 3 months take this off and put the nesting boxes in there. I still got to work on this door and frame it up. Yeah, I still got to finish with this roof though. Figure out exactly how I'm going to do that. See, I wanted this here. I think I want to put maybe a flash up here, but I did want the ventilation up here still to be intact. All right, so the goal is to get the post from here to here, and then that will be done. And for this side, get here to here. But first, I need the trim done on here. And the trim done on here, now that I'm thinking about it. How do I do that? Say good morning.